How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy.
How many discounts will you stack up? Visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
Close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new contacts in time for this class. I got them delivered free from 1-800-CONTACTS. Oh my gosh, they're so fast.
And breathe.
Oh, sorry. I almost couldn't breathe when I saw the discount they gave me on my first order. Oh, sorry. Namaste.
Visit 1-800-CONTACTS.com today to save on your first order.
1-800-CONTACTS.
Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanishing Island Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pico Stanis. This is episode 454, season 19. Today's date is July 13th, 2025. And yes, another podcast today. And welcome to the show. To my Greek friends and family, Kalos ήρθατε and Yassas. That means hello and welcome. On today's program, I'm going to talk about the Fort City Mall. There's been some recent news about it. I'll talk about my memories of going there as well, but it's just the latest development of the status of the mall. I will explain what is going on. Also, I will read off a menu from a restaurant. It was called the Inglenook Log Cabin Restaurant. That was located on the south side of Chicago. A lot of people have forgotten about it, but from what I've heard from people, it was very memorable. Before I get started, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Mardi Gras paper towels. Remember those? And so here's a commercial from 1973. And after the commercial's over, I will come back and start the show. Just sit back and relax. Let's go back to the 70s. Thank you.
Why buy a paper towel that looks like this when you can buy one that looks like this, and this, and this, and this? This is Mardi Gras, a collection of towels that are strong, absorbent, and something paper towels haven't been before. Beautiful. Mardi Gras. The towel that does more for your kitchen than just clean it up.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Mardi Gras paper towels. They came out in the 70s. I remember those very well. They were very decorative, very pretty. I don't think they make them anymore. They've been around since 70s, 80s, 90s, probably 2000s. I haven't paid attention. We always get either Bounty or Viva, and remember Brawny? Oh, those were, with the lumberjack on the package. I don't think they make those anymore, and I forgot about other ones. The man who is speaking in the commercial, that's actor Ray Fulmer. He was an actor. He passed away about a couple of years ago. He's famous for starring in Hazel, the TV show from the last season. He replaced the Baxters, George and Dorothy, and he was there. And so when I saw the commercial on YouTube, I recognized him immediately. I saw his voice. So if you want to watch the commercial, it's on YouTube. Help yourself. And they showed the paper towels all pretty and decorative, like I said before. It's nice. Looks very nice. Looks perfect in your 70s kitchen, which is avocado. I didn't have an avocado kitchen when I was growing up. I knew a couple people did. Oh, my God. That was the in thing back then. Now, everything's black and white. Okay. Who am I to argue? Okay, at the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about the recent news about Fort City Mall, and then I will read off a menu from the Inglenook Log Cabin Restaurant that was located on the south side of Chicago. Before I get started, I'll talk about a couple things. My health, so far I'm doing okay. Next chemo is about a week from tomorrow, and we'll see how that goes. Good news is the PSA is not rising. It's steady. So that's encouraging somewhat. We'll see how it goes next week. If it's continuing to fall, I'm on my way to recover. I hope so. If not, then that's up to the doctor. We'll see. We'll try another treatment. But I think it's too early to say like that. Another thing I want to mention, this is very interesting. Yesterday, I went to the Greek festival at St. Spiridon. I went with my friend. I'm going tonight again with a couple of my friends. We're going to have dinner. It's a great time. We see people we know. We walk around. There's dancing, music, lots of food, loukoumades. And I posted yesterday that I was there, and there was this woman, and she says, "I am here. I'd like to meet you." And I said, "Okay." I met her, and we talked, and she was very sweet, and she's a huge fan of mine. So, and I met her husband, very nice man. I get that a lot. And the funny thing is, when I arrived there, I was in the parking lot, and I was parking my car, and this car pulls up, rolls down, the driver rolls down his window and yells, "Van Chicagoland." That was funny. I said, "Thank you." I drove away. So, you get recognized a lot. I do, that is. I'm sorry. So, I've explained to that woman yesterday, the Facebook page changed my life. It really has. And that's one of my friend yesterday, my best friend since grade school, said, "You're famous. Everyone loves what you're doing." It's wonderful. I love that kind of support, even from family and friends. That's very touching. Makes you want to cry. Okay, so right now I'm going to talk about Fort City Mall. Now, this is what's going on over there. When did this come out? Yesterday, I believe. And it said that they're proposing to close it and replace it with warehouses. And I have the statement. Yeah, it's right here. This was posted out by a Facebook page called the Southwest Chicago Post. They don't lie about this. I don't think it. So somebody a company. It was called Bridge Industrial, and they bought the property, and they intend to redevelop the site with a modern master plan industrial campus. And this will, in my opinion, this will bring jobs. What do you want? An empty lot there? No, that's not going to happen. And that's wrong. So I'm for that. That's good. But, there are a lot of people who are very sentimental about this place. I understand that. So am I. I wish the mall was revitalized, make it more modern, make it outdoor, like Evergreen Plaza. Originally an Evergreen Plaza was an outdoor mall. Then they turned it into an indoor mall, and then they tore it down and they made it back into an outdoor shopping center. And so far I heard it's very successful. That's what I heard. I don't know. I haven't been there in a while. The problem is the vacancy rate is 54% now. So that means over half of the stores are vacant. They're empty. And it makes sense. It wasn't like that when I was a kid. Every store was filled. and it was vibrant. There were people, there were kids, like me. I hung out there with my friends. We used to go to Fort City Cinema right across the street over there to go see movies. After that, you would go to John's Garage, was located there. Steak on a Stick. That place was wonderful. And you'll go to the Orange Julia's, to get, a treat. And also to go to Peacock Alley. I'll talk a little more about that in a moment. So this is what they're going to do. They propose to include 4 new industrial buildings. Okay, they don't know what tenants would be, and if it's approved, there will be construction jobs and permanent, and about between 400 and 450 permanent jobs. So this will generate revenue. I hope so, for the war. That's awesome. It really is. But, from what I heard, the only main, so now I'm sorry. So the only anchor store there is JCPenney. It's still there. It's been there since the beginning. It'll be 60 years next month. I plan to do something about that. That is the only store. There was the Firestone store, but that closed about 3 or 4 years ago. And they were planning to reopen it. It didn't happen. So JCPenney is still there. I have not been there in years. Not JCPenney. I went to the mall one time, maybe a couple of years ago. I just walked around and it was dead. It was like, it felt so cold and eerie like that. Nobody bothered me. I was okay. There were security guards all over. And just went to where Weebles was there, where Montgomery Ward was. What else? Where the connection, which is Peacock Alley. I saw the escalators. It's board. It's closed off. Where Woolworths was, and Harvest House Cafeteria, like that. John's Garage. So this is what they're going to do, and they're gonna, and then do some landscaping. Build, over 750 new trees. I'm going to beautify it a bit, like that. Of course, they would start in about a year from now, almost, like the fall of 2026, and be finished in a couple of years. I think it will be approved. I think it will because, like I said, the mall is dying, and it's hard to attract new businesses. They said they did, but, it's declined. It wasn't, a lot of people perceived it as safe. It's not safe, which I reluctantly agree because you got to be careful. Because in the news we hear fights and shootings, and it's awful and just attracts that crowd. So that's a shame. It really is, because I for myself had wonderful memories there, and so did a lot of people in my old neighborhood and my family. We talked about, when I see people, and I mentioned Fort City, they talk about the stores they visited, like Woolworths, Montgomery Ward, Weebles. That was a great store. Then Carson's came after that when Weebles closed, JCPenney. See what else, John's Garage. Also going to Fort City Cinema. Fort City Bowl. I used to go bowling there. Played the pinball machines, the video games, remember Fort City Bowl with the red pin? If you see the red pin, you would contact the guy on the counter or just wave at him. Look, I got a free red pin, If you get a strike, you get a free game. That was fun. Also, there was Peacock Alley. It was underground like that. And there were stores there. I remember Just Pans. There was Nickelodeon Pizza. It was good pizza. There was Village Records or something. And there was a place where they made T-shirts, whatever design you want. That was a cool place. It's a shame. But, of course, you have people complaining. Like that happens every day. They want it back the way it was. It cannot be. It cannot do that. It won't happen. Times have changed. Neighborhoods change. People move away. That's what life is all about. What are you going to do? It's a shame. It really is, So anyway, the Fort City Mall opened in 1965. What I've heard, the theaters, they moved it from, it was on 76th Street. They moved it. No, I'm sorry, it was not 76. It was by the other side. What I heard, the theater will remain. It'll still be there, so that's good. And the stores alongside Cicero Avenue, I think they're going to be okay. And the restaurants, they're going to be fine like that. What else? So they'll probably tear down the indoor mall. That's what I see. That's what I'm going to see. That's what's going to happen like that. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think. Yeah, so there's still stores around. They still have Old Navy. They have what else? They had Ross. So I don't know what's going to happen to those stores. I don't know. As for JCPenney, I don't know if they're going to close it or relocate. I have a feeling they'll relocate it somewhere around there. I don't know. So that's been there forever. It's amazing like that. So there were plans to build the Orange Line that extends to Fort City. It stops at Midway. That would happen. That was a rumor that happened like in the 90s, but that's not going to happen. I don't think so. No. So the whole area is going to change. There's still industrial warehouses in there. That's nearby Bedford Park. They have a lot of them. So to tell you the truth, this would be very beneficial for the neighborhood. It would bring jobs. It'll, like that. And before Fort City was built, they had the Tucker Corporation. They built the Tucker cars. Remember the movie Tucker? It came out in 1988. I'm going to talk about that someday. The Tucker car company. That would be very interesting. It's an interesting subject. Yeah. I'm going to miss it. We'll see what happens. Okay. Right now, I'm going to take a quick break. When I come back, I'm going to read a menu off the Inglenook Log Cabin Restaurant that was located on the south side of Chicago. So just relax, everyone. I'll be right back with the rest of the show. Thank you.
I don't care what everybody's using. You're using a fluoride paste to fight cavities.
Mom, I need this gel for fresh breath.
Pardon me. My family uses Double Protection Aquafresh.
Aquafresh gives you all the cavity-fighting fluoride of the leading paste and all the breath freshener of the leading gel. Concentrated in one toothpaste.
Fluoride for fighting cavities.
And gel for fresh breath.
Thanks. We'll get Aquafresh, too.
Double Protection Aquafresh fights cavities and freshens breath.
I just MailChimped my marketing.
You MailChimped your what?
I MailChimped my marketing with AI to create an effective marketing campaign in minutes.
No, MailChimp and Way.
Yes, MailChimp and Way. Now I can hyper-personalize my campaigns across email and SMS.
You can do all that with MailChimp?
What did I just MailChimp and say?
MailChimp your marketing with the #1 AI-powered email marketing and automation platform, Intuit MailChimp. #1 based on publicly available data on competitors' customers. Plans vary. SMS available as add-ons. Visit MailChimp.com.
A massage chair might seem a bit extravagant, especially these days. 8 different settings, adjustable intensity, plus it's heated, and it just feels so good. Yes, a massage chair might seem a bit extravagant, but when it can come with a car, suddenly it seems quite practical. The all-new 2025 Volkswagen Tiguan, packed with premium features like available massaging front seats, it only feels extravagant.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. Now I'm going to talk about the Inglenook Log Cabin Restaurant that was located on the south side of Chicago. The address was 11507 South Halsted in the West Pullman neighborhood. Now, I lived in Roseland from 1969 to 1974. I was east of there on Michigan Avenue. I've heard some people that my mom, she talked to a couple of people or heard, from passerbys or whatever. They mentioned this restaurant. And when I was growing up, I used to see ads or like in a phone book, and it's an Inglenook Log Cabin Restaurant. And it sounded very interesting. We never had the opportunity to go there. I wish we did. Well, we didn't have a car. I mean, in order for us to go to that restaurant, we had to take a bus. It's like, for example, we had to take the 34 South Michigan bus and go to the 111th, which was the route. It's changed so much, this route. The 111th, 115th bus, the CTA. And we would get off of that 115th Street and then go west on Halstead and then go there. We could have done that, but my mom doesn't like to go out to eat much. She's not a restaurant person. So she cooked. That was great. It still does to this day. Anyway, so that place looked very nice, very rustic in a way. Saw pictures on Facebook, a couple, in the Roseland group, and looked very pretty. I wish I could see something inside. I think there's a postcard somewhere on the internet that you could see the interior of the place. And let's see what else. So I found a menu of the Inglenook Log Cabin Restaurant, which is pretty good. That's good. You always find everything pretty much like that. When it opened, I'm not sure. According to the Chicago Tribune, I think in the 30s and the 40s or something like that. Let's see. I know the owner's name. His name was Les Johnson Sr. He owned it. And he had a son, Les Jr. He owned a restaurant called the Green Shingle in Harvey, Illinois. And what was famous about this restaurant is the Swedish meatballs, from what I heard. And they gave you a complimentary relish tray and a basket of rolls with every meal. Sounds like the Omega restaurant, that's located in Downers Grove and Morton Grove. I haven't been there in a while. And according to people, the food was fabulous. It really was. So that's all the information I know. Now, when it closed, I'm not sure. I have no idea. Probably in the late 60s, early 70s, I would imagine, I don't know what's there now. I can look it up for a moment. Okay. Let's see what we got. Okay, so I go to Google Maps. Here we go. Oh, it's a gas station. Fine. So it's a gas station. Is there two gas stations? Hold on a second. Yeah, I think so. Hold on a second. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Yeah. So here's 115th Street. There's a mobile gas station, and there is a BP. Yeah. So, so it's a gas station. Let's see. Let's go up a little further, and I'll tell you. Yep. It was a gas station, and there is down the street, a Dunkin' Donuts. So, well. So, yeah, that's gone. Okay. So right now, I'm going to read off the menu of the Inglenook Log Cabin Restaurant. So here we go. Okay. So what we got? They had cocktails, of course. Let's see. They had cocktails like Old Fashioned, Brandy Alexander, Sidecar. They had one called a Cloverleaf, which consists of gin, lemon juice, grenadine, and egg white. That sounds good. Sort of. They had Manhattans, martinis, orange blossom, that's gin and orange juice, stingers, daiquiri, pink ladies. They had sours like Applejack, rum, millionaire, whiskey, gin, brandy, fizzes, They had that, a slow gin. We had brandies, coolers, like, for example, a Tom Collins Planter's Punch. I never had Planter's Punch. That's lime with grenadine, rum, and curacao. Okay. So, and after dinner drinks, they had brandy, Cointreau, Metaxa. Oh, they had Greek brandy. I wonder if Greeks owned this place. No, I don't think so. So they had domestic liqueurs, imported, Cointreau, wine, champagne. They had beer, domestic or imported. Okay. All right. So now let's go to the menu. Everything was served a la carte. Okay. So they had soup du jour, either a cup or a bowl. Soup du jour cost 15 cents, 25 is a bowl. I don't know when this menu came out. Probably in the 50s, I would imagine, because everything looks so darn cheap. They also had genuine turtle soup. Who doesn't love turtle soup? Some people like it, some people don't. That's how it is. Special appetizers, they had Cold West crab meat with tasty sauce, chilled jumbo Gulf shrimp cocktail with a snappy sauce, and shrimp trays, 10 cold shrimp and 10 fried shrimp with a snappy sauce. Snappy, like that. They had broiled small strip steak, broiled filet mignon, rasher of bacon, broiled strip sirloin steak, that is 16 ounces. The other one is broiled sirloin butt steak, that's 10 ounces. And they had another one that was 6 ounces, so that was smaller. They had barbecue back ribs, also 1/2 southern fried chicken. Oh, that sounds good. That includes a tossed green salad with ready potatoes, Roquefort dressing, 25 cents extra. They always did that all the time. I don't know if they still do this. No idea. Sauté mushrooms, that's extra 25 cents. Order French fried onion rings. Yeah. I don't know if they have French fries. Maybe. It's not listed. Also, they had junior beef tenderloin steak sandwich on toast, served with fries. Yes, fries and coleslaw. French fried shrimp, it comes in 6 with snappy sauce, fries, and coleslaw. Fried breaded oysters, tartar sauce with salad. Hot turkey sandwich served with cranberry sauce and potatoes. Hot roast beef sandwich or pork sandwich with potatoes and gravy. Quarter fried chicken sandwich on toast with potatoes and coleslaw. Chopped brown steak on toasted bun with grilled onion. Special corned beef sandwich on dark rye bread. Okay. They did have hamburgers, too. They had an Inglenook hamburger on toasted bun. I wonder what that looked like, because I love hamburgers. Probably delicious. They also had cheeseburger, beef or pork barbecue, sliced chicken on toast, roast beef, baked ham. These are sandwiches. Bacon, lettuce, and tomato on toast, Swiss cheese and baked ham, beef and ham, 2 layers, like a club. Denver, grilled cheese with bacon. They had a sandwich called the Inglenook Clubhouse sandwich. That was 2 layers of sliced chicken with bacon, lettuce, and tomato. And served with French fries or coleslaw. They had 2 eggs with toast, with ham and bacon. Grilled pork chops served with applesauce and French fried potatoes. Okay. And beverages, they had coffee, pot of tea, or milk. I'm sure they had soda. Coca-Cola or Pepsi or 7-Up. They had desserts. They had home-baked pies, old-fashioned strawberry shortcake, sherbet, or vanilla, strawberry, or chocolate ice cream. Probably serving that dish. They had Jell-O, rice pudding. I love rice pudding. And sundaes. Yeah, that sounds fabulous. Okay, let's see what else. So that's it. Yeah, so that sounded like a wonderful place. It really did. It's a shame I didn't go. Yeah, it's a shame. Okay. All right, so that's it for this show. I'll do a recap of what I've talked about. I talked about the recent news about the redevelopment of the Fort City Mall. It's a proposal. I think it's going to go through. Wait and see. They reported this on the news yesterday. Also, I read off a menu from the Inglenook Log Cabin Restaurant that was located at 115 07 South Halstead Street. I think I got it right. Okay. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are found: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Overcast, Breaker, Good Pods, Podbean. If you have these apps on your phone or your tablet, please tap on them. Tap follow. You'll receive a notification of the latest episodes. All the episodes are there if you care to listen. Also be shared on my blog, www.vanchicagoland.blog. It's listed there. I think you enter your email, receive a notification of the latest episode. You can click on the link. It'll take you right there to listen. Also, if you have CarPlay, you can listen in your car. I've been told by some people they do listen to me while driving. And also, it can be streamed on your TV by Spotify if you have an account, or YouTube. I'll get to YouTube in a second. Also, it'll be on my YouTube channel. And again, people ask me, where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? You can find it on YouTube. Go to YouTube. Type in a search, my name, Pico Stanis, or Vanishing Chicagoland Stories. You will see it. Subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. You can listen. You'll receive a notification of the latest episode, or you can listen to previous episodes. They're all there. Help yourself. Also, be sure that my social media accounts: Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Okay. That was fun. Very interesting. I enjoyed talking about Ford City. I had fun as a teenager over there. Oh, it's beautiful memories. Beautiful. A lot of fun. Okay, so this is Pico Stanis, your host for Vanishing Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. Today's going to be a beautiful day. I can't wait to go to the festival tonight. It's going to be a lovely evening. I'm going to get some food, see some friends, see some people. It's nice. And so here's bye-bye for me, and here's a little traveling music from the famous Chicago legend and our best friend, Ray Rayner, saying bye, bye, bye. And I will do another podcast episode on Tuesday, probably. So we'll see. Okay. So take care, everyone. Everyone have a great day, and please be safe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.